Alrighty guys, as they here bring us into the Dragon Ball Legends guide video. Today we're going to be breaking down the full power battle game mode. It's a brand new game mode and it's definitely not as difficult as TOP is. So we're going to go ahead and do this guide kind of like a for dummies, right? Because if you're a dummy like me, then this is going to be the video for you. So let's go ahead and hop into it. You can see right here, both the Jiren and the Topo of it have been completely cleared, meaning that I did all difficulties, including the Scream difficulty, which honestly can be a little challenging. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So let's go ahead and hop into it and look at the UI first. Alright, so we're looking at this from top down. We see the very first thing we see is set comrades. We're going to take a look at that a little bit later, right, when we do talk about comrades. But first of all, you do see Jiren does have a typing, right? He has a typing at purple. He is a purple unit, but don't let this don't let this put you in a box. You don't only have to bring yellow units against him. You can see right here, these are the difficulties. Once you complete the normal difficulty, you'll get access to hard and then Scream and so forth, right? So that's the first thing you're essentially going to see. Next, after that, you do have these battle bonus characters. You really want to pay attention to this. Like I said before, you don't really want to be confined into only bringing yellows. If you don't have this Ultra Goku right here, UI Goku is going to do pretty good as well, just because he has that 300% damage inflicted as well as the 25% of damage cut. Although he's squishy by nature, so it's definitely that damage cut needed to be a lot higher for him in my own opinion. But they still give you a lot of options. It's very streamlined for these attack bonus characters. These are the characters they want you to use, and they're actually pretty good. For this fight specifically, if you guys don't have this Ultra Goku and you can't get through it with UI Goku, Kale and Caulifla is going to be your main unit. That's actually the unit that I'm going to be using at the end of the video when I show off. I'm going to be doing the Scream on this difficulty and the Scream on, or the Scream on Jiren and Scream on the Topo. So you also have MVP 17, Topo, so forth. Remember, you just make sure you guys are looking at the attack bonus characters. Alright, so next we have this little UI down here where it looks like a co-op menu almost, right? So let's go ahead and click on your Goku right here, right? Or whatever member you have right here. And it's essentially going to be your co-op layout right here, right? For 4 characters. You can see right here at the very top it says Party 1. There's a total of 4 parties, so 4 characters that you bring into battle, each with their own party that they bring along, right? And so there's also deploy conditions. So this one, specifically for Party 1, is going to be Sun Family. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and filter by Sun Family. And the way you just do this is you click on the filter, you go to character tag, and then it will be found in here. Alright, so now that we have our filtered by Sun Family units, we're going to go ahead and choose our unit. Obviously, for me personally, since I do have the Ultra Goku, I would use him as my battle member right here, right? But if you say you were using UI Goku, you would go ahead and just do that right there, right? You would go ahead and put him in right there for your main slot. But I'm going to go ahead and do this. Get this man in here, and then you would go ahead and set whatever equips you want. Personally, I would go for HP equips. This is a blast oriented equip, but I would just go like this, because this does have HP on it. I tend, in these types of game modes, I like to make my units more tanky rather than doing more damage, because these kind of fights will, they will take out all of your HP in practically one shot. And so for your support members, right? So for your support members, you can go the easy route on this, or you can go the difficult route. Obviously, the difficult route is going to yield more success, right? It's going to make your unit beefy, more beefy overall, more tanky, more sturdy, all of that good stuff. But if you want to go ahead and choose the easy route, you can go ahead and hit auto select and fulfill these conditions right here where it says select support members, auto select based on ability bonus. And if I go ahead and click edit, you're going to see it's going to filter this out for me right here. This is personally not how I would do it, especially for the unit that you're going to be running, right? So I would go ahead and just exit out all of these and manually input them one by one based on how good their Z abilities are, right? And I think the most important Z ability to have here is an HP bench, right? And that's going to be this guy right here, this Goku. He is technically Sun Family, even though he fits more on God Ki. His Z ability is 19% to max base health of tag God Ki, as well as giving him criticals. That's the first unit that I'm going to go ahead and put on there. And then you do that's how you do it the manual way. You go down your list of units and see who has the best Z abilities for that specific unit. And they can only be Sun Family, right? Depending on the party, it can only be Sun Family. If I filter this by Vegeta clan, you're going to notice I can't put any of these units into the support members, except for this Goku Vegeta, because he's technically Goku and Vegeta, right? Alright, so this is the final result for my support members. I didn't go too into it. I kind of just went along with it just for the sake of the video, but like I said before, doing it manually is going to be a lot easier. So let's go ahead and move on to the next party. Party number 2. So this is a separate character. This one's going to be Universal Survival Saga. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but you can see right here, once again, you would just reset this, and then filter this, or well, it would be in the episode tag actually, Universal Survival Saga, right? And this is where you're going to be getting your unit for this one, right? You can even put in this Goku right there, but I do have him in slot 1 for Sun Family. He's going to be better off in slot 1 right there. But you can bring in either this Kale and Caulifla or this MVP 17 right here. These are going to be your battle bonus characters for this specific fight. And then I would put on the Eclipse, and then I would put on the support members as well. So you do that for all 4 of your parties. This one's a little bit, your extreme unit is going to be a little bit more difficult, obviously, because this condition is extreme and yellow only. Right, so you would have to just do extreme yellow only. You do want to give him the Zenkai buffs at the very least, and then Broly is going to be very important for this because he probably has the best Z ability for your bench, for your support, right? 40%, and if you have him at 14 stars, 50% to base strike and blast defense during battle. And then once again, party number 4 is going to be your event exclusive, right? And then you can see I do have this Goku on here. He does have that 450% to for the battle bonus right here, right? And then I would select all my support members. Alright, so the next thing is going to be your comrade. So you see in the bottom right, this is actually something new that's not included in co-op. You do have a comrade right here. You can go ahead and click select, and once this loads, you're going to be able to select a comrade from your guild members or from your friends list right here. And this is where it gets a little bit different, right? Because obviously at first glance, you probably would just want to assign another Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku to your roster, but it's actually dependent on Z ability. Whoever has the best Z ability, that's what you're going to want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and this guy, for example, right here, he has a 4-star Ultra Gogeta, Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. That's definitely not as good as the one I have right now, and you can see I'm going to be using more so of a wailed out Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku with this one right here from my friend. It's at Red Star 1, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And you would basically do that process for the entire run. And you cannot use more than one from one friend, right? So, for example, this guy, Ego Vegeta, I'm using his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. If I were to switch over here and try to use his Vegeta as well, it's going to give me an error that says, or it's going to give me a pop-up that says a character from this user is already in party 1. Remove the comrade in party 1 to set this character, to select this for this party, right? So you're going to have to go and find a different party member for each of those. And so right here, you can see Palmzor, right? This is the legendary Palmzor right here. He has a 14-star Gogeta. Vegeta, right? So I'm going to go ahead and assign him to that right there, to that slot, right? So he's going to give me a massive Z ability bonus right there. And then you just keep doing that. Again, this guy had Broly, and then you would go over to your last slot right here for event exclusive. You want to make sure it is buffing event exclusive though, right? So I'm going to come over to my guild members and nab up this Goku, right? The Super Saiyan, or not the Legends Road Kid Goku, because he does buff event exclusive members. And you're going to see a lot of your friends, right? Because this game just came out. You're going to see a lot of your friends and guild members only have these just Shallot members because they haven't set their characters. In fact, when you load into this game mode, you're not going to have your own character set either. So once you finally get all this, you get your comrades, you get your battle members, you can go ahead and hit confirm, and you have successfully built your parties. Right, and then so now you have to set your own comrades. That's the next step I want you guys to take, is go ahead and set your own comrades, and this is what I have right here. Right, personally, I think this is what's going to be best. I kind of went in order. So remember, the first unit was Sun Family, second unit was Universal Survival Saga, third unit was Yellow and Extreme, and the fourth unit was Event Exclusive. So you want to put on the best Z abilities according to those tags. So like I said before, HP is a massive, massive ability to have in this, especially if you get multiple HP benches on your characters right here. This Goku can fit on either the event exclusive slot, or he could fit on the Sun Family slot right here, because he does buff 20% to Goku max HP. That's perfect for those of you who are using the Ultra Goku, so that's what I'm going to use right here. And then for this slot, you do see me using this 17 because he currently has my best Z ability for Universal Survival Saga, or 30% to Universal Survival Saga base strike and blast attack, and an extra 12% for strike defense. And then right here, you see me using Broly, right? Because like I said before, if you do have him at 14 stars, he will be giving a massive 50% to your Yellow Extreme unit. And then obviously on the event exclusive side, their Z abilities are a little bit off. They're a little bit kind of wonky. You could use this Legends Road Goku, which is what I see a lot of people using, or you pull up event exclusive and then you go ahead and use the brand new God Key units, right? Either this Goku or this Vegeta, because they're also going to be really good, assuming, because these guys buff specifically God Key and event exclusive, and an extra percentage 2 units that are God Key insane, which pretty much everyone's going to be running these 2 units for the event exclusive slot on these 2 stages. And so now the final thing before you actually get into it, you can choose which character you want to fight with. So you see right here on the bottom, you see my Goku right here. I go from left or to right, and you can see if I go right, Kale and Caulifla pops up, Topo pops up, this guy pops up, or well, Goku, well, Super Saiyan Blue free-to-play Goku, right? You can just keep scrolling through these right here. This is where you choose who you want to play as, right? So for example, for this video specifically, I am going to be playing as Kale and Caulifla. That's who I would go ahead and do. And one last thing before we actually get into the match, right here, the first, well, the gameplay at least, right, is this chart that you have right here. So each battle style will give you a bonus in game, like in battle, like while you're on the field right here. So if you have a melee type, you get 10% to all allies damage inflicted upon activating All Out Rush Strike Edition. And same thing for range, but for the ranged edition, for the blast, you can see right here. And then defensive types, you reduce all allies damage received by 10% when enemy activates Dual Break, which is going to be activated in the Evade phase. We'll talk about that later. And then the support unit, I think support has the best ability, the best effect is 20% to allies key recovery when enemy activates Ultra Burst. I mean, that one's irrelevant. You never really want to see your enemy use the Ultra Burst. But this one right here is increase all allies arts card draw speed by 1 level when enemy activates the Ultra Burst, right? So that's going to be during your shield phase. Right, when you're attacking during the shield phase, and once again, we'll talk about these phases in detail in the next part of the video, but for the most part, I feel like you want most of these battle styles on your team. I mean, unless you're just pure ranged, you're going to want maybe 2 ranges and a defense and a support. I think you're always going to want a defense and a support for sure. And then you could double down on ranged or melee, but personally, I would like a balance of both of those, because you're not only going to be getting all-out rush blast cards or only all-out rush strike cards. You want to at least have a good amount of damage, but who knows, maybe someone can calculate it and see which is better, if it's just better to double down on ranged if you're using ranged, or better to double down on strike if you're using strike. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into a fight on Scream. I'm going to change it all the way up to the top one, and we're going to do it with this Kale and Caulifla. Alright, so the way that I play this, or the way that I consolidate this game mode, is there's 3 phases, right? There's a DPS phase, which is the first phase that you're going to see right here. Then after that, there's going to be an evade phase, where you have to dodge the enemy's attacks. And then after that, you're going to go into a shield break phase. So you're going to notice, if we're just doing DPS right there, you want to get your link level up, right? So meaning if you see your opponents getting attacked, you're going to want to cover change for them. The way to cover change for them is once an exclamation mark pops up on their icon, you're going to want to tap on that, and you're going to see me do that right here. Right, so Goku's getting hit, I tap on the screen, I'm going to go ahead and cover change for him, and while still getting DPS, right? You want that link to be at 100%, right, because you do get a lot of bonuses right here. You see me get this Rising Rush, and I'm going to completely save that. I'm going to save my all-out rush cards as well, and you will also be seeing me display that as well, right? So there's one right there, that's a blast card, right? A blast all-out rush. I'm not going to be using that. I just want to get my regular damage off, and now we are in the evade phase. So you see it say evade backwards, evade forward. He's going to do that I believe it's 3 times. And so now we're in the shield phase. This is where I'm going to start using my all-out cards, my blast all-out card is going to be the first one. All you have to do is just tap the screen. I've gotten it up to 28 before, but usually 25 will result in the perfect. 25 will result in the perfect, right? So I'm gonna get these cards off. Right, you have to break these. If you don't break this shield within these 10 timer counts, he's gonna do a massive amount of damage to you, and it's only gonna increase in damage per like phase, right? So I'm gonna let my Goku get his ultimate off. I'm also queuing up my blue card right here, and then I'm actually gonna go for the rush, I believe. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, get this blue card damage off, and then now here comes the Rising Rush, and it's a little bit different, right? So it's obviously the opposite of co-op, where in co-op you don't want to rush the shield, right? But in this game mode, I feel like you do want to rush the shield. And you can see it's a little bit different, where you have to swipe instead of guessing a card or anything like that. I think this is a lot better, because if he could guess your rush in this game mode, that would be absolutely awful. It's 37 million. We got the break on him, so now we return to a DPS phase. So we're once again in the DPS phase. We had to rebuild our link from 0, right? It's at 0% right now, so I see my teammates getting attacked. I'm trying to look for someone to cover change so we can immediately start building that link right back up, right? So there we go. There's the first cover change right there. I can go ahead and start doing some more damage. I'm going to pop the screen card, all of that good stuff. It also restores my gauge, but that's kind of irrelevant to this, right? That's just part of the player kit, the Kale and Khalifa. So you just keep doing damage, get your link up, make sure you guys are saving your teammates right here. And then I believe I do get another all-out card. And once again, save those all-out cards. That's all you got to do. Save those all-out cards, save your rush. That's what you want to be working towards right now, is building up another rush and trying to see if you can get some more all-out cards. That way you can have ammo, essentially, for the next shield break phase. Right here, you don't really need to worry about doing too much DPS. He will go into the evasion phase once he gets to a certain threshold of HP. So even if I stayed right here for all this for like 20 timer counts, if I'm not doing damage, then it's not gonna matter, right? He's gonna just stay in this DPS phase. So once again, we have a blast all-out rush card. I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to that. We're also getting close to a rush of our own. Okay, we're taking damage right here, and you'll notice your teammates will save you. So if you want to take a hit or two, that's more than fine. Your teammates will cover change for you, so that's actually really, really nice. They will like do it automatically too. So just keep getting your DPS off. Like I said before, once he gets to a certain threshold, there it is. He'll do like a visual indicator in which he actually goes into the evasion phase. You don't want to get hit by these because they do hurt. So you're just going to go ahead and follow the commands, evade forward, backwards, all that good stuff. Now he's going into the shield phase. So you see me going for this blue card, right, getting my damage up a little bit, and then I'm going to go for the all-out rush card here too. I still have the main ability as well. So I'm going to, I do believe I used the ultimate here. And then you could tell I also pulled another all-out rush card in the form of the strike. Right, it was the strike one right there. We're going to go ahead and get this off. I'm going to go ahead and pop this, and then I do go for the rush. So this one's a little bit different. This one's like Dokkan, right? It's the bubble popping. You have to get it perfectly. Or you don't have to get it perfectly, but obviously it's going to yield more damage. Even if his shield is a little bit low, you guys, it takes a lot. Just rush it. Just rush it. Right, because this is, after this is going to be the final DPS phase. He's not going to go into another evasion phase. Once you get to this part, you're smooth sailing. This is the Scream difficulty, by the way. Right, and so I do have an ultimate available to me. We're going to be able to get this. And also keep in mind, this is this first guide for this game mode that I am doing. So if there's something's a little bit off or something's wrong, let me know in the comments down below. That way I can go ahead and revise this in the future, right? So we're going to go ahead and get this ultimate ability off right here. And get him down pretty low HP. Yeah, he's already at 10. We're going to reload our entire hand. And like I said before, once you get to this point, you're smooth sailing. Definitely smooth sailing. It's going to be a normal DPS phase. You're going to be able to get all your damage right here without him stopping you. I'm going to go ahead and hit this blue card. He evades it, unfortunately, but it's okay. We can still just go ahead and get all of this off right here for free, and that's going to be the first fight. Alright, so now let's go ahead and dive into the Topo version, right, where it's going to be the same UI, the same user interface, all of that good stuff. It's going to have different deployment conditions on this one, though. So you're going to build your teams. You're going to have Vegeta Clan, right? You're going to have Universe Survival Saga once again, Extreme and Yellow again, and then Event Exclusive right here, right? So this one's favoring Vegeta family, right? And so you want to look at your battle bonus characters, and Evo Vegeta is going to be your best bet right here because he also gives you anti-ultra burst inflicted damage up. That is very, very good right here, right? You want that 100%. I don't have this. This is why the Topo fight was actually a lot more difficult for me than the Jiren fight. Right, even if I used the Kale and Khalifa right there, I still had the Goku on the bench, right? I still had the Goku on the bench right here too, but he can definitely be easily replaceable. If you don't have that Goku, you can definitely use the Tracksuit 18 because it's just going to be your support member. The unit that I'm going to be using for this party specifically is going to be the free-to-play Vegeta, and you guys probably have him at more stars than I do. I only have him at Red Star 2 right now. Right, so you guys should have a little bit more of an advantage right here, but I'm going to show you guys exactly why I struggled a little bit more on this stage. Alright, so the reason why I was struggling so much on this stage was just simply because of the fact that I would not have enough damage to break his shield, right, on the shield break phase, and I would have to go into a third shield break phase, right? It was really, really awful, and because once he, like I said before, if you don't break his shield in the amount of time that he gives you, he's going to do a lot of damage to you, especially since I don't have type advantage here. He literally just gets you to 1 HP, and then he follows up usually with a tap attack, and that'll just kill you. That'll end the run right here. So once again, starting off, this run was actually pretty good that I recorded for the video. It's the same as the last one. I'm just DPSing right now. I do have my Rising Rush. I'm not going to be using it. I'm not going to be using it, especially because when you're in the DPS phase, he has the chance to vanish. So he could potentially vanish your Rising Rush, so that's even worse. You do not want that to happen at all. So we had a Link at 100%. That's actually very good. He's doing the Evasion Phase. He did the little visual cue. So I'm going to go ahead and just be doing my evasions, and now it's attack to stop the burst. We're in the shield phase now, the shield break phase, and I do have my all-out rush card, my blast version, right? And you see me using cards first, right? Because this Vegeta, he stacks damage, so I want to get my inflicted damage up as much as I can before I start dealing all of this damage out, right? So this is one of the blast ones. You just got to tap the screen right here. That's all you got to do. We hit 27 right there, get a good amount of damage. I'm going to go ahead and get this blue card off as well as this blast card into the rush, right? And he won't vanish here. He will not vanish here. This is actually perfect. Honestly, I kind of wanted this Goku to not use his ultimate right here, but you have no control over that because he gets really, really low right here. But still, even with that ultimate, it wasn't going to be enough to break the shield on its own, right? I need the rush right here. Absolutely need it. So we get the rush off, and then it's going to revert back into a DPS phase. You just rinse and repeat. That's all you got to do for this. You just got to rinse and repeat. The free-to-play Vegeta is perfectly capable of doing this. I haven't tested the Jiren one out with the free-to-play Goku yet. I think that one's going to be a little bit more difficult, right? Because the Goku isn't necessarily built like this Vegeta, especially when it comes to stacking damage, dealing damage, and getting card draw speed. This Vegeta could also heal on his cards, unlike the Goku, right? So that's the one concern that I do have with that. That's why I thought Kale and Khalifa was going to be the better option right there. Or she definitely is the better option. Right. So you see me, I get another all-out blast card right here. Save those. Definitely save those. He's going to go ahead and just work on your Link right now. Just work on your Link, work on yourself, find God, all of that good stuff. Right, so 74%. We're at a good place right now. Just get these blast cards up, stack your damage right here. Everything's looking good. He's gonna. It takes a little bit for him to go into his evasion phase, especially after they heal. But honestly, you kind of want them to heal, because if he wouldn't have healed, he would have went into his the second evade phase a lot sooner, right? Because like I said before, once they reach a certain point in HP, that's when it triggers the next phase. And so this gives me a good opportunity to build my rush. It gives me a good opportunity to get my all-out rush cards, all of that good stuff. So we're in the evasion phase. Once again, Ribrianne is basically dead, right? She's the extreme unit. Now we're on shield break phase. I'm going to go ahead and stack these cards. So I get this blast card off, and then I go for the all-out rush, I believe, right here after getting this last one. And then I go for the rush immediately after, I believe, right? Oh, I go for that blue card. So you see I just pulled a blue card right there. The beauty about this, too, is that you will be getting cards here. You'll be getting a lot of cards. So here's the blue, and I see the all-out strike card right there. Right, I see the all-out strike card, so I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that to get all of these in there. We didn't get the perfect on that last one right there, but that's more than fine. We have enough damage right here to finish it off with the rush, and we are now in the clear. Right, we are now in the clear. After this, it's smooth sailing. He doesn't have the main ability anymore. He doesn't have the means to heal. And he's also not going to be able to go to any other phase except for just a DPS phase as of right now. Right? So it is completely doable with this free-to-play Vegeta. I mean, I know I still have the Ultra Goku on the bench right here, but the thing that Ultra Goku is doing the most here is just surviving, right? It's not like he's doing a massive amount of damage to Topo like my Vegeta is. It's more so comes down to the character that you are playing, that you are in control of. So I go ahead, I get another all-out rush card right here, the blast one. Very grateful for that, honestly. And we just go ahead and spam the tap on the screen right here. Nothing special. Got the 26 right here, and he's at... There it is. Alright, so that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this guide on this brand new game mode within Dragon Ball Legends. I'm not going to lie to you guys, after just like slight little review right here, I liked it a lot, but it can get old very quickly. I'm not too sure how long. I'm glad that it's not something that you have to repeatedly do over and over, because I did like building my team. I did like actually having to struggle a little bit with the screen difficulty. The only thing that I am concerned about is how pay to win it can be, how it can appear to be, right? Oh my god, I can't click on details. But obviously Ultra Goku being the main unit for the Jiren one is definitely a difficult matter, because I don't know, do you need the bonus characters, right? You definitely need the bonus characters, at least one of them, right? And you only get a couple of them per, because you need a lot of units here, right? You need a lot of units, you need a lot of specific units, right? I mean, of course, there's some of them are free to play, like obviously this Kid Goku, this Goku, and this Beerus, but this Topo is definitely not. This Android 17 is definitely not. Caulifla is definitely not. Goku and all the units towards the top are definitely not, right? And so that's the only thing I'm really concerned about. Other than that, I think they really did build a pretty good game mode right here. Even right here, the Vegeta, the Ultra Goku, most of these guys are not free to play. I mean, these down here, they're always going to include the free to play options down here, I suppose, but I guess that's my one gripe with it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think of this game mode? Were you guys able to beat it easily, or did you guys struggle a little bit at first? I struggled a lot at first, but now I'm feeling like it's a little bit more easier, especially now that we have the general strat down. So that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, let me know in the comments down below, and also maybe go ahead and leave a like, or maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!